breakfast. First breakfast. Midnight snack the night before. How are the Chorfs? They took a bit of a pounding last game, which I think they won, but they lost a horsey. Fanfox, I think that's probably about right. It's that, or Andy's managed to fold a Dairy Lee Lunchables box into a loaf of bread. Be something along those lines.
What? And what, pray tell, would be wrong with that?
Nothing. Pass no comment at all.
Good. I don't like the crusts, but apart from that, it's fine.
Those three dwarves look exactly the same. That's not racist. They just do. And that one. All four. They're identical. Gigant says hello.
He does? Is he in the chat as well?
Do Norse always look that undressed? Yes, Jenny, they do. Which is strange because you imagine where they live is quite nippy, bit fresh. They probably come down with colds on a regular basis as well. Not going out with the scarves on it. Andy's misspelled the team name. Inconceivable. How could that ever happen? I can't remember, to be honest, how he spelt this one. Oh, Locust, thank you very much indeed. 8 months. And Ronin,
Oh, wow,
thank you for
very
gifting Fanfox a sub. That was very kind of you.
Thank you very much. When you gift it, do you get to pick who you gifted it to? I don't know how it works.
I think you've got an option. You can either randomise it or specify. Ronin, thank you very much. Hi. I'm feeling I should promote you from Goblin to something more resilient. We'll see what openings present themselves. And Locust has resubbed, by the way, 8 months on the bounce. So what's your opponent's? I can't see what the opponent's teams are called. Hello, Glowworm. How are you doing?
I don't know.
Fanfox, you. Oh, I can't see it. This is in the way. Morturi te salutant. Is that French?
I don't know.
Sounds French. Latin, French, same thing. Porco Dios. So has he misspelt it? Oh, that looks what Wolfrang said. Oh, Ace Flamingo's interested to see how you handle the Yeti. Get 3 Chorfs on it and punch the bastard. 4 Chorfs. There is a certain temptation to let the Norse lads continue to blitz with the Yeti, but try and induce frenzy traps. Glowworm, I am ready to have mine blown.
What do I think?
You're listening out to see if supper's ready.
Yes. What do you think is the most difficult race to play?
Orcs. I have a hard time with that.
The two most technically challenging races are probably Kislev and vampires. The ones that will frustrate you the most are probably ogres. The ones that require quite a lot of skill to play to do well, especially in Rebel, and to become undefeated, that's probably orcs. So, depends.
Thank you. apparently the horses have 2 rib cages.
Oh, it's a blitz. It's a blitz!
Holy shit, they must have, mustn't they? Because otherwise they'd either flop down at the waist, or the legs would collapse.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Oh, I'm going to need to get a drink based on that. That is...
Is that your mind blown, Zunk? So I can't really go near that specifically. But what we can do is put some guard in. So what's he going to want to do? Right, he's wanting to mighty blow there. Oh, the doomed greet you is what his team name means. Don't care about that for the time being. If I go guard, I could go claw. So you could go, let's do this. Guard. Limit your attraction for doing frenzy things. Hasn't got block. That's a shame. That's a shame. Put you in there. So I've created a bit of a wall, which is difficult for him to just push through. I think that'll be okay. So I was fearful of the frenzy dude coming through here, but that guy's more challenging to unassist, so you'll have to come around here. And there's frenzy traps now in play. Ow. Look out, Satisfield. Satisfield, you are on the team, by the way. I hope you've seen that. Oh. Ow. But not removed. Also breastfeeding. How would that work with them? Horse or dwarf? Oh god, they'd have 2 lots of nipples, wouldn't they? Because you could have the nipples under the underside, under the undercarriage, and then they'd have boobies on the front. They could have a litter of mini horses, couldn't they? Is a litter of horses the right expression? I don't think that's the right way of describing them, is it? Huh. Right, that one doesn't have guard. Fail. Well, that's him fucked. Probably shouldn't have used Apothecary there. Probably shouldn't have used the apothecary there. He's in trouble. Yeah, but he only got 5 points, so just dead was probably acceptable because I could have just rebought him. The only reason I went keep him was because we haven't got any money at the moment. We just had a Chorf killed.
Oh, Wolfrang. It was Casillero del Diablo Sauvignon Blanc. We were drinking. It wasn't flash clunch. It was quite nice. 6 to 8 quid a bottle, depending on whether it's on sale or not. So very enjoyable. I'm super picky on wine. Don't know loads about it. I'm quite flexible as to wine.
Oh shit, why was that? I thought I'd been really clever there and just created the conditions for 2 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice, but turns out
Orc game or elf game, bloody 9. It was all right, Wolfrang, and it was on Sainsbury's, not the Sainsbury's, it was the Co-op. Here's what we've got, knocked down price this week, so it's 2 quid off. So I think it might have been under 6 quid. So very enjoyable, nice and chilled, entirely pleasant. The Dark Elf game, it was 5 in the end. 5 in the end. Zinfandel, I think I've had that too. I used to like how much star play points? 35?
Nice move. Oh no, that should have been there. That should have been pushed there. Nearly nice.
Baz, what's the word on the street in North London? How's the mood?
I think everyone's upset, to be honest.
No, some of them be Arsenal fans.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Australian wines a few years ago used to be fearfully good value. I mean, they were dirt cheap. They were giving it away. But then they established themselves as we are serious producers.
Like Domino's, giving it away. No?
If it was free, depends what mood it was in. Yeah, sorry, Baz. But then Newcastle have had quite good results against Spurs and Chelsea in unexpected moments. Woodard ate his body weight in Domino's yesterday.
What was that like? Amazing, I would imagine.
What toppings did he go for, Woodard?
I'm not allowed to talk about this, am I?
No. I really do miss having a decent Italian restaurant to go to where you can see, Il Chef in the back throwing around the pizza base to make, pizza base out of actual dough rather than some frozen thing.
Right, 1. Add me 2. That's got to be the hit then.
I had some good pizza couple of weeks ago from somewhere. I don't know if it's a chain or whether it's unique to Leicester, but the Square Pizza Company. And regardless of it being square in shape, that was neither here nor there. The actual pizza was really quite nice. Enjoyed it. Better than usual takeaway pizza.
Oh.
I like ground beef and onions and maybe olives on pizza. Pizza. I try not to eat pizza.
Why? It's lovely.
Well, no, this is a full-blown takeaway, Wolfgang. But the actual product is not entirely dissimilar to Italian pizza.
Sorry, then.
Quite looking forward to doing some cooking.
Oh shit, we used the blitz. Of course we have.
Yeah, some of my best plays have relied on 2 blitzers. The game would be a lot easier if you had 2 blitzers, wouldn't it?
More complicated.
Yeah, easy.
So we've dealt with the Yeti.
New kid's asking what's the record on the Chorfs. I want to say 7-3-2.
I think it's 8-3-1. Any pizza is good except chicken and tuna. Kittens, did you say you needed to leave right now?
You're fine where you are, mate. Your wisdom is exceeded only by your great beauty.
I'm genuinely upset that people don't like it. What command's that? Oh, you might need to be a doodah.
What, is that a command?
Don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, but it wouldn't show you the choice, would it? What's the playing suffix mean?
I don't know.
Let's see if it do anything so far.
Let's find out.
New kid could just be...
oh, there we go. This season on PC is 14-6-1. Got an 81% win rate. It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, that's between two races, though.
Yeah.
You got cheeky wood elves in the background.
Yes.
I didn't notice.
I haven't played them on stream.
Keep it that way. Where's my Rebel games, by the way, young fella, me boy?
What do you mean, where are they? They've all been uploaded.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
Not. You stop about match day 8.
No, I haven't.
Last season.
No, I haven't.
Right, checking.
Well, genuinely, they were all put on there.
Oh, looking.
You are difficult sometimes.
Do I actually warrant a playlist, or...?
Yeah, you've got your own playlist. Are you... Because you only get half points for a draw. So draws are worth half wins.
Where's last week's game?
Well, you haven't played it. I haven't put it up yet. That's an entirely different question. Right. We'll take that 2 dice. Cars.
Oh, definitely like that. How many views has this got then? Doesn't say.
Oh no. See whether he stands firm or not. Okay.
Doesn't say.
Right. You're going to need to go and stand in there. So you could run to there and go whack.
Yeah, the last one was published on the 8th of August.
Yep.
That was ages ago.
Nope. Are we going to run out of players? Drop a casual foul on that.
Oh, good deal.
Oh, fucking trippy bastard one.
Oh, good deal.
That's giving him a touchdown, that.
What'd you do to the Yeti then? Knocked it out?
Yeah.
La 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 la.
So we didn't break armor, we didn't move the thing round, we didn't bring this guy down, and we didn't get a claw hit there. That was a bad fucking bribe fail.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
We're blitzing with a ball carrier here, such is the confidence.
That's how swingy that turn was.
Ooh, ball carrier goblin injured.
Yeah, he's killed 3 players.
What was the how much inducements did whoever get? Excuse me. What was inducements?
1 bribe that failed.
Oh.
That got my player sent off.
How quickly it's turned from everything's fluffy and smashing and rainbows and ponies. It's all ruined now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Cheer up. Still 2 more left to try.
Can't get there. Great tackle.
You not reach?
No. It's 10 squares.
Yeah.
It's 10 squares.
Oh, yeah. A lot of loners.
Mm-hmm. That was a fucking horrendous turn.
When you mentioned claw hit, you meant mighty blow hit, didn't you?
No. Well, yes, because he's rolled armor 7, but same thing.
Jurgen says he likes that you're playing Underworld next season. What have you been showing off again?
No.
You heard it here first, Chuggers. Well, I mean, in a way, if you can force him to score now, leaving you 4 turns to equalise, that's actually not awful, is it?
It's pretty fucked because I'm 3 permanent players down. I only have 11. He's probably statistically should get 1 of the 2 KOs back. So if just normality happens with 2 players down. That bribe fail swing was absolutely horrendous. It was 2 players, and an 11-in-11 game, 2 players is huge.
Well, my
because it would have been 2 players the other way. So it's
my approach to fouling is that I do it with less assists. Do it last.
The turn order required me to do it the way around I did it, pretty much. He's going to score next turn.
He's going to score now, I think.
Yeah, sorry, that now.
Yeah.
So luckily, the goblin he just blitzed after didn't die.
Satterfield, he's fine.
I mean, he could go backwards. No, he's
Well,
going to go forward.
And there's every chance you just have a turn where you total 3 Norse players. So, you know.
Yeah, we need a good turn. They both came back, obviously.
It'll be fine.
I'm complaining because it's needlessly hard. It doesn't need to be this stupidly difficult.
It'll be fine. Positive mental attitude.
We need some removals pretty sharpish, otherwise what will happen is we'll get swamped, and I don't think he'll have the turns to turn us over completely, but we won't be able to run up the field because I've got all my players are slow. I've only got 3 players that are movement 6 or above.
You're playing with only 1 horsey. That's a
Yeah.
major setback. So
Yes.
don't be too downhearted. Can't win them all.
No, a draw at this stage would be probably quite a good result now.
Yes. I think.
And as you say, if you do get some removals, that then flips this back round again, and maybe we'll be okay.
Well, exactly that, Master Zen. You know, the cruel twists and turns that a Blood Bowl game can take. You're on holiday tomorrow, aren't you?
Yep.
I'm not.
Oh yeah.
In fact, as an added bonus, I get to go in early.
Oh, look at you. Why is that a bonus?
It's not. I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
So not only do I have to work Monday, but I have to work Monday starting at the 8:45. Horse.
Doesn't sound like lots of fun, to be honest.
It'll be fine.
Right, I'll have to do. So that's fucked up my blitz.
Yes. See that.
Oh.
Holy shit. Porco Dio.
Yeah.
I've got one. Come on, this is where the fight back begins. Ah, smashing.
No. Oh dear.
Oh, a 7's quite good, isn't
it? Armour 7's very swingy, isn't it?
Do you know, looking back, Jenny, I think I would have quite liked to join the civil service.
Do you know, Ever's been talking about that, actually.
Excellent pension.
Pensions are a rip-off.
Interesting point of view. Go on. Because
they're exceptionally poor value.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because they are. They're horrific value.
Go on.
So, all right then.
Because.
All right. I know you don't win an argument because they are, but let's think this through for a second. Right. So, using me as an example, because then we're not doxing anyone. I was looking at pension funds, and my pension people wrote to me recently, right. And they said to me, "Hi Andy, Davo, your pension pot contains, I don't know, 10 grand, and that will give you a payout of £400 a year, £300 a year. In fact, I think it was so shit. I just looked at it and went, ugh, what a waste of money that is." Now, it was something like those numbers, 10 grand for £500 a year, something like that. So what? Why is that so bad, you ask? Let me have my turn, and I will come back to this.
I'm just formulating, trying not to sound complete smart ass with the answer. No, I'll let you finish.
Oh, thanks very much.
It's all right.
I don't think I'm going to get out of this.
No, I'm eager to hear about your financial advice.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Let's open the turn with a 1 dice block. What could possibly fucking go wrong? Oh, go on.
It's like someone complaining about butter, that when you eat it with a spoon, it's just oily and greasy and slippery, and you need to eat several tubs before you're full. It's basically because you've misunderstood the concept of how you use butter.
Oh.
But after your turn, carry on, and I'll cheer you up.
Okay.
That was very well remembered, Fan Fox. I didn't think we talked about that on a regular basis. It was frightfully well remembered.
These removals really are not happening. Run away!
The Norse armor, this is above average so far. Yep. I still have hope.
Nope. I think we might get turned over here. Right, so
I was going with something that he'd understand, Jenny.
So if 10 grand equals £500
go on, carry on.
Extrapolate that up.
Go on, Chancellor. Off you go.
So if you extrapolate that up, 100 grand therefore will be £5 grand a year. Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay. So, if you gave me £100,000, what would I do with it? I would come buy a house, and I'd rent it out, and I'd make more than £5 grand a year on it.
Would you?
And yes.
What if the house prices dropped?
Well, you'd still have a house. So I'd still have a house, and I'd make the same money.
Worth less.
But I don't care because it's capital investment. So every year I'd have my £100,000, and I have.
Well, and a pension isn't capital investment. I think
you
find
can't have
that
it
pension
back.
is a very definition of capital
But you
investment.
can't have it back.
Yes, you can.
You can't just get it and go, give us all the money out of my pension pot. Thanks ever so much.
Fine, you can.
No, you can't.
Right, one of us spent 10 years being an expert on this, and one of us doesn't really understand what he's talking about. Who do you think's right? All right, from the top. At your age, you have severely underfunded your pension if you've got 10 grand in it now. All right? For starters. So,
bitten. Ow.
Eh?
I've got a mosquito.
You know, you're talking £50 a month since you were 25 would get you that.
Ow.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. I was using numbers. I think it's slightly more than that, but.
All right. So anyway, that's the first point. So the first observation is step up your pension contributions significantly.
Yep.
Point 1. Point 2. Now, once you reach, it used to be 50. I don't know if it's still 50, but you don't want to retire at 50. It's too soon, considering you've done fuck all about it until now. But I'm retiring, hopefully, late 50s. Call it 60 for round numbers.
Okay. 60.
Yeah. So, when retiring, you don't have to take an annuity, which is what you're citing, £100,000 gets you £5,000 a year on. That is the traditional original option. A likely better option is that you use drawdown, whereby you leave the money in the fund growing at whatever rate. And for example, mentioned that it had 6 and 8%. Is it Bob? Yeah, Bob had 6% from his pension. Well, I've used 4 for mine as an assumed growth rate, but the last 10 years have not exactly been brilliant in the stock market. So you don't take all the money out and buy an annuity. You leave it in the fund and draw down whatever you need up to. For example, every pound that you're putting in, you're immediately getting all the tax back that you'd originally paid. So not only are you getting the inherent growth within the fund, let's call it about 5%, cautiously, pessimistically, but you're also getting the tax relief back on that. So at basic rate tax, you're getting 25p. So every pound you put in immediately becomes £1.25 before anything else happens. Then, when you've got your pension fund of, let's say, £300,000 when you're 60, you'll draw from that, say, £1,500 a month, which you will pay minimal tax. You'll just be squeaking over the nil rate band threshold. So £1,500 a month net until you're 67, which rate your state pension will kick in, ballpark wild guess, £750 a month in today's terms. So you drop your pension withdrawals to whatever in today's terms that would be. So let's call it £900 a month. So in real terms, you're still getting what is worth right now £1,500. So your £300,000 will last you until you're, well, it just won't ever run out. So that's kind of thing. Now, the key, so you ask yourself, what do I do now? Well, you want to, you're what, 30, 39, 40, 41-ish. So your early 40s. So you've got 20 years to go before you want to retire. So you can get something on your app called a compound interest calculator. So you put away a net figure, inversely multiply it by the rate of income tax you're getting to get the gross figure, multiply that by the amount of months that you're prepared to do it. This is assuming a flat rate, and then assume an interest rate. I'd suggest 5% to be cautious, and that'll give you the lump of cash you'll have at the end. So you probably want to be shoveling away 400 or 500 a month between you and your employer. And your employer must be putting a couple of hundred a month in for you already, right?
I think so.
So match them and add an extra 100 on top of that, and you won't be a million miles off the scenario I just described. If you want more, put in more. But of course, when you get to the age at which you want to retire, you take up to a quarter of that fund as tax-free cash. So you've already had tax relief on it, it's grown tax-free, and then you can have it back as a lump tax-free by, I don't know, a boat,
Why would I want
nice
a boat?
car, clear the mortgage, whatever. I don't know, it's what people tend to do. So you got that. So where the information you've had has been based on very low contributions that you really ought to step up a bit, but you've also taken their highly pessimistic growth rate, which they have to do. They've got to give a very conservative growth rate, and then assume that you're going to buy an annuity with it. That's where your not much per month comes from. What seems like a decent chunk of change. You don't have to do that. See?
Yeah.
So
it was very complicated.
Action cures problem. So if you hammer in, match your employer's contribution, assuming they're putting in 5%, and then add 100 quid a month on top of that, and you'd be about there. Do you see?
Wow.
What?
This is just going fucking wrong. Massively wrong.
You didn't really listen, did you?
Well, I was having to pay attention to the Blood Bowl because we're trying to do some damage, and it's just going wrong.
Yeah,
wrong,
that's more important than your life, I suppose.
Well, Blood Bowl is life. It's really very simple, Andy. I'm going to go away and look at the numbers a bit more. But when I did the maths on my piece of paper, it looked like a really bad idea. Big fat waste of money.
I've just explained the key points that you were kind of missing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you didn't listen, so that's fine.
No, I did listen.
Okay.
I did listen. I got bits of it.
Problem with property is at the moment is
Yeah.
our property prices very, very high or very, very low?
Very, very high.
Yeah. So what's the chances of them continuing to rise? Not brilliant.
No.
Yeah. Rental income, is that rental prices, is that very, very high or very, very low? It's the first one, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, if a million or two folks in the UK
died
post-Brexit decide to go sod this for a game of soldiers, is that means that rental income, the demand for rental property is going to go up, go down?
Yeah.
Correct, down. So if you're relying on buy-to-let properties to commercially rent out as a long-term generation of cash, I'd say you'd rather miss the boat. If you bought a 50 grand flat 15 years ago and it was now worth 200,000, yep, absolutely brilliant idea, well done.
Thanks.
But now, do you want to buy a £200,000 flat with a hope of renting it out for £550 a month right now and hope that the rent doesn't go down, or you can't fill it, or it drops to £150,000 in value?
Yeah.
It's not nailed on.
And therein lies the problem.
Fox has actually just summed up quite neatly the main points of what we were talking about. That compound interest with tax relief on it, and the fact you don't need to buy an annuity. Pensions are pretty good news. Well, it's not worth it down south really either, Dave, because the problem is that then the purchase price of said flat isn't £200,000, it's £800,000. Well, Phil, it might be a pessimistic view, but is it reasonably likely that it could happen? I mean, I don't think it's going to crash and become an absolute disaster, but my point is it's not going to be the absolute cash cow that it has been for the last 15 years or so. Oh, Sage has rocked up. Sage, good evening. Thank you very much for the raid, and Sage viewers, welcome to the show. You join us in an exciting moment as Andy is desperately trying to salvage this champion ladder game. Currently 1-0 down.
Yeah, and it's going very wrong.
Good day, Sage. Good day.
I'm to play a little bit fast and loose to try and get some of this.
Hello, Kath. Oh, look, female demographics just doubled. Strap yourself in, folks.
So I think we're going to see a ball carrier blitz with the big guy.
Apart from the Blood Bowl, and yep, this will get you sitting forward in your seats. We were talking about retirement planning. Well, a lot of it's timing, Phil. A lot of it's timing.
Oh, well,
that if you bought the houses when they weren't at the price they're at now, then absolutely this all works. But were you to go back in time to if you were buying your first property right now, you see what I mean? So whilst I don't think there's a certainty that house prices are going to plummet, I think that best they're going to stay similar or grow very slowly. But the demand for housing within the UK, because Andy will be thinking a rental property in Nottingham to let it out to students would be the obvious choice. Ronin, thank you very much. I seem to have got an emote on the back of your chair. Thank you.
Zonk talk nerdy to me.
What have I got? A fight mash. I've never seen that before. Ronin, God love you.
What is that?
Fight mash.
What does it do? I got fight suit.
Do you see what I mean, Phil? That houses cost the most that they ever have done. That the average price of a house in the UK, I want to say, is £250,000, something like that. So, what I'm saying is that if you were starting off right now, Gaff, Sage, see you later, folks.
Take it easy, ladies and gents.
If you were to make the decision right now, you probably wouldn't make quite such a good return on things. Well, I mean, don't forget that house prices halved in the early 90s and halved in 1998. Now, admittedly, they haven't halved since, but there is precedence, so it could happen. Well, I mean, Sage is a gentleman of means, so, very tempting proposition, Kath. I mean, if you have the wherewithal, thumbs up. Very wise. Whereabouts are the investments, roughly? What part of the country, Phil? Don't mind me asking.
If I was speculating, I'd say Nottinghamshire, because he lives not a million miles away from me.
That could be anywhere. Could
be.
I think if you were sitting on a property portfolio right now, you'd be reasonably comfortable. But my point is, you wouldn't you wouldn't look at that as a nailed-on better plan than going down a traditional pension investment route. as like clearly better. And I mean, it's only really with hindsight you can say it was definitely a better idea now. I mean, Phil, look, don't take my word from it. This is many moons since I did this professionally, so.
God. Yeah,
I feel I've completely lost Andy's interest. Let's talk about something else.
I'm desperately trying to salvage this because it's like being a teaser where just
that's not a criticism. Like, that's just a resolution to let's talk about something else. You're in deep trouble here.
Yes, have been for a while.
Yes. Hi, Mike. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Asked Ronin.
No. I think, hasn't it got its own classification?
It's about as much of a sandwich as a baguette is. So, closely related, but no, not actually a sandwich I would go with.
Ooh, into one dice. This is dangerous. This could be where it flips. Oh, no.
Really?
It was actually the worst possible set of results. Pushes to get the guy through and then 2 dice on the bull centaur.
Well, you could have, like, a sandwich, it's fair to call, like, a bread bun cut in half with stuff in the middle of sandwich, isn't it?
Isn't it? What's, oh, what does Ever make me? She puts him in, like, a special toaster.
Deliriously happy.
Yes, so that is also something she makes me. And it's got an interesting filling.
Sorry, I thought you said thanks.
What?
Jenny, some people you just can't help, right?
Panini, yes. That is indeed what I was
that's
thinking.
like a sandwich that someone accidentally trod on.
They don't tread on them. Panini.
You get the same effect. If you get a hot dog bun, put some filling in it, and then step on it, et voila.
Hey, baby. Oh, where's the ball going to go?
Everybody's more interested in sandwiches. I shouldn't.
What is everyone's favourite sandwich? Mine would be chicken and tuna. No, it's not chicken and tuna, obviously.
Oh, it depends. There's all sorts of quality sandwiches you can have, isn't there? Steak sandwich. Bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes, pretty damn good.
I've never been. Oh, please intercept this. This will be one all if you intercept this. It's only a 6. Come on, it's only a 6. Can we all channel our inner 6? Oh no, he's rolled a 1. That's like an anti-6. You massive disappointment.
Oh, bacon and avocado with chicken. Bit of lettuce in that. Would you say bit of lettuce in that?
That's got dodge.
Jenny had a pork and Dijon mustard sandwich. That's excellent. Have you tried using a bit of apple sauce in a pork sandwiches? That goes great.
No.
Mambo says pineapple and ham sandwich. Porco Dio. Very Hawaiian of you. Salami and brie. Oh, yeah.
We have to blitz.
Chorizo and onion. I mean, the world's your oyster with sandwiches. Oyster sandwiches. Don't really like oysters. You see what I mean? I mean, there's a load of different sandwiches. It's difficult to narrow it down to just one. If I had to have just one, it would probably be BLT. Dr. Nick suggests custard sandwiches.
Oh, that's wrong.
Well, having seen that Esther Blumenthal woman, you know, that ugly chick, that's entirely reasonable. Toast sandwich, says Bob. Well, toast's excellent, so why not make a sandwich out of it?
I had some toast sandwiches earlier.
What, slice of toast between 2 slices of toast?
Not quite.
No, I'm telling you, could have an ice cream sandwich. Crisp sandwiches are pretty good, yeah. But then crisp sandwich is even better if you put some cheese in it. Pie sandwich? Well, putting a Greg's pasty in a stotty cake isn't actually terrible. It's quite bad for you, but as a thing, a cheese and onion Greg's pasty in a Greg's stotty is quite good.
Where can you get to? One.
Chip butty distorter. I mean, classic.
7, 8.
Salt and vinegar or ketchup on that, or all three. Sausage and bacon.
Oh, I wish I hadn't followed up.
Woodard. So, there, buddy.
7, 8.
A stotty. The stotty is a northern thing. Think of a big flat bread bun, typically kind of yo big inside, in size. You typically cut them in quarters for a equivalent of here's a sandwich. A stotty cake it's a big soft floury bread bun, quite flat.
Run.
A very traditional stotty cake filling, or sandwich, if you will, is ham and peas pudding. The bit of mustard. That is very good, in fact. Very difficult to get peas pudding outside the northeast. I think you've got to go to quite a big supermarket before they'll get such a thing.
I've never even heard of that.
Mambo's got one. Goat cheese, yes. Pear, pesto, spinach. Oh, that's exotic.
My favourite sandwich, and this is not particularly great for you, is I occasionally go to the chip shop whenever forgets to make me my dinner, or I don't ask for some because I tell her I'm going to get fed at work. And I have it's bread. Then they normally put butter on it, and occasionally I get some cheese. That's quite nice. And then we are
bread, butter, and cheese.
Yeah.
So a cheese sandwich.
And then they put chips in it.
Okay. Cheesy chip sandwich.
Yeah, and then I get one of those what are they, not Fray Bentos pies, but you know the pies, the
pucker pies.
The pucker pie, that's the one. Yeah. Put one of those in it. Take the lid off because no one wants excess pastry because that's just a waste of time.
What's this? What size of bread we're talking about here? Not just a couple of slices of Mother's Pride, surely.
No, they have to get these special extra thick slices.
Why aren't you really fat? You've basically got the diet of a fat bloke. I mean, I like a really fat bloke. The kind of bloke who'd really, really enjoy motorcycles, get a Harley Davidson and have a massive beard.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Your entire diet is the sort of stuff that you get at sort of those motorway caravan cafes. That most of your food is fried, massively high in carbohydrate.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you really eat tons of chocolate crisps and biscuits.
Yeah, it's good for you.
I mean, have you ever had a salad?
No.
What's the difference between a cucumber and a courgette?
Ooh.
Fuck knows, you've never got close enough to one.
Well,
I know what an ice cream sandwich is now, so that means you used to be able to get them from the ice cream van when I was a little kid.
Yeah, they're bad for you though.
So I've always had those.
Right, one go for it.
Well, yeah, three McDonald's breakfasts in one go.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have some sort of portrait in the attic of this really fat guy?
What do you mean?
Sort of the portrait of Dave O'Gray.
Oh, right. No. I need to go blitz here, so...
I mean, pork sandwich is very good, but you wouldn't want the bones in a pork chop sandwich, would you, Dr. Nick? You'd have to get the bones out first. Hello, Yakastay. Hola, compañere. We're talking about best sandwiches.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, go on, let's have a look. Clicked.
Ah! Ah! Yeah. Because I could have blocked there. I was just a bit slow, and then ran in there, or there, and followed. Never mind. Never mind. So anyway, yeah. What do you all think of my sandwich? I think it's lovely. To use a youth term, lush.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
I just watched the link that Dr. Nick sent.
What's that?
Well, as best I can see, an off-duty military fella rushed in to catch like a simple lad and his mate trying to fry a pork chop, and it caught fire.
Oh God!
Is that the gist of it?
Poor chap.
Oh, it was a G.I. Joe safety film. Right, got you. I didn't realise G.I. Joe safety films were a thing. It's it's different. So I see what you mean about pork chop sandwich, but I mean mutton, lettuce, and tomato is good, isn't it? So lamb sandwich, pork sandwich. What would you have with pork? Pork, lettuce, and tomato. I mean, meat with salad in a sandwich. That's good. I wish I had a sandwich right now.
So we're talking about PLT.
Yeah, applesauce. It's terrific, isn't it?
I'm going to take the score. Let's make it interesting. Somehow we've scored. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. I was already watching.
Well, I know.
After it says spring rolls count as sandwiches. Sure. Why not? Spring rolls are pretty nice.
Pork, applesauce, and stuffing. All right, distorter.
Oh yes, stuffing is excellent.
Distorter in one hand. You've got a pork. Oh, why does he get his KOs back? This game's just been needlessly fucking difficult. On the one hand, you've got pork, apple, and stuffing, and on the other hand, you've got my sandwich. What would you do?
What's your sandwich?
So mine was cheese.
Oh, your pie and chip sandwich.
Pie and chip sandwich, yeah. I'd probably, by the way, it's probably
cheesy pie and chip sandwich.
Yeah, it has, and I need to clarify this because I think this is important. My one would also have
health and safety warning.
No,
a cordon around it.
Some brown sauce, and probably either mushy peas or curry sauce, depending on your flavouring.
What you've basically described, though, is like a meal from the chip shop between two slices of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
No, pork and applesauce and stuffing.
Porcadillo.
Applesauce is extremely similar to Alphamousse. Yes, exactly that. It's the same as what Americans deem applesauce. It's slightly sweetened, cooked apples. Exactly.
Fox
cold usually, by the way.
Yeah,
just
cold,
to be clear. So the meat's hot, stuffing's hot, gravy's hot, applesauce cold.
Fun Fox would like to try my Nando's sandwich.
That sandwich wasn't Nando's.
No, it wasn't. No, damn.
So how do you make a Nando's sandwich? Well, you go fish it out of the bin first of all, just off most of the bits.
Oh, by the way,
comfort the vomiting tramp who'd previously tried some. That's the bin.
What? We need to clarify something, by the way. That for all you new viewers, we have 3 things that might interest you. 1, this sort of nonsense goes on all the time, and we occasionally talk about the game, not very often. And if you're not aware, we do have our own Discord server. So there's Uncle drop a link to that shortly. We also upload everything to YouTube.
Can't quite reach the keyboards all the way over there.
I'll do them both then, fine. And back to you, Dunk. I'm saving the 3rd thing in reserve.
It was a bit of a non sequitur.
I know.
We talked about Blood Bowl, this sort of thing, and by the way, we've got a Discord channel.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to talk about it. Oh, God, get them.
I don't think I'm done with the sandwich conversation, to be honest. Ronin, you did instigate. We've got half an hour of relatively quality material out of this. I mean, relative.
And there's the YouTube channel, just to make me happy.
How many subs has YouTube got now? I haven't looked forever.
14,
once it passed the magic 1,000, where you could make literally several pence a month, I lost interest.
Yeah. I do make several pence a month. Believe me, it is literally 4 pence a month now. Favourite breakfast beverage?
Coffee for breakfast. Thanks, Negate.
It's not. No.
It's steadily creeping up.
Yeah,
Cheers,
it's going alright. It's going alright.
Yeah, it's steadily creeping up.
I don't think it's coffee for me. It's coffee and orange juice, or nectarine. Is it nectarine juice? Like the white, the zingy zing one.
Grapefruit, you're thinking of?
No, that's gross.
Oh, grapefruit's excellent. Apples, cider, small rocks. Duck. Diamond white, says Ellie. Well, teas. You can have tea in the afternoon. I mean, you can have breakfast tea if you want to. I like coffee. It's a misnomer that the entire of Britain drinks just tea, because they don't. They drink a load of coffee as well. Salt in the coffee, Mambo. Do you know? I've never heard of that before. I'd say nice strong coffee, and I'm happy with black no sugar. I'm happy with froth milk. I'm happy with a little brown sugar. Fairly flexible on coffee. Oh, got a teapot? Yeah, absolutely.
Who doesn't own a teapot?
Well, some people make tea in the cup, then put milk in. Black tea with honey is actually all right. Instead of milk, but milk and honey in tea, I'm not absolutely mad about. I've had honey and coffee. Never tried that.
Oops.
Don't drink Tetley tea so much. I actually quite like PG Tips myself. But not wrong with Yorkshire tea. Drink PG Tips, but I do leave it to brew for a good probably 5 minutes rather than just sort of 2 minutes and a quick stir. No, I think it's not exactly the sort of brown sugar that Nick and Keith had in mind. I think you're probably right, Argoth. Now, do you have the personnel to stop a winner?
No, not at all. The only
absolutely. Pudding. Bailey's and coffee works a treat. Or put cream and brandy in coffee, cream and whiskey. I mean, alcohol and cream in coffee just all works, doesn't it? Or any combination. It's not very good with gin. Maybe you could put gin in tea.
It's over now.
I put quite a lot of honey in cooking.
Has he killed anyone?
Ah, well, can't win them all.
At the moment, I can't win any of them. This game was absolutely flipped on that first half, where it just went 3 players in the wrong direction.
I don't really like Jägermeister very much. It's one of those sort of drinks that you just got to hurriedly neck down to avoid the taste, you know.
Isn't it aniseed?
Could be anything. Huh?
Isn't it aniseed?
Don't know. I drunk it too quick to really notice. Are you thinking of Pernod? That's aniseed. Honey in cooking is great, isn't it? It makes things a little bit thicker, a little bit sweeter. Coffee and sambuca. In the same cup, Wolfgang, or as a chaser? Is there any point putting Tia Maria in coffee? Because it's basically coffee liqueur. Does that work, or is it just a bit weird?
I don't know.
And of course, you definitely need stroopwafel.
Bloody hell, we finally got rid of that sodding Yeti.
Too little, too late.
Yeah.
Grappa, that's the Greek stuff, isn't it? Did you kill it, or is it just a bit dented?
Oh, it's fine. It's just badly hurt.
It'll be fine. It'll be... I suppose so, Gotha. Well, I mean, cider and Guinness aren't very nice.
Ooh.
No, it doesn't taste good.
I'll have to do. Oh well. Maybe
Cherry brandy and Advocaat's quite interesting. It looks a little bit like an accident, you know, that sort of had like a terrible wound. Cheers, Negate.
Hooray! Yeah, anyone who hasn't joined Zunk Corner, do so. You'll enjoy it.
Oh, I don't think I've got any input on Zunk's on Corner. No, all the chores are fine, Locus. It's just the bitter sting of defeat.
So I've got a break tackle away from there. Blitz in there.
Oh man, it's agility Chorf. That's nothing, is it? Is the team dead with this loss? Oh, I shouldn't have. So. I'd lean towards no. It'll be fine. You can never quite be sure, though, as...
Ooh, haven't used break tackle.
Oh, Madness, thank you very much for the raid. Madness has showed up with 8 viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Excuse me. Cheers, Madness. So stay focused, Andy. Pay attention.
Trying. Okay. Well,
that's maybe helped. I mean, last turn this was looking like definitely lost, and now there is hope.
Yeah. That's
guaranteed touchdown.
That's what this game has been doing to me, though. Hi, Andy. Would you like some hope with your mediocre chance of victory? I'm like, yeah, actually, that sounds really good.
I think I'm with Locus here that the one dice Dauntless Blitz is his way out here. Better chances of a one die blitz than dodge with dodge. So the dodge is 75%.
It is. But the best thing to do is to go activate the blitz.
Yeah.
Because the failure rate on that is 18%.
Yeah.
Then, if it doesn't work and you get a both down, you dodge.
You still dodge. Yes, that's absolutely that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sir Madness, thank you very much for the cheeky little raid there. What were you streaming? BB, I'm assuming.
Don't know, but he's got a kitten in the picture.
Oh, he has, hasn't he? I think it's a French stream. I think. Because I know that the actual overall Discord server are what?
Okay. Hello, what's he doing? What's happening here?
I don't know.
Now, I didn't expect that.
But it doesn't change anything. Oh, he just walked in.
I mean, it's 75% to do the dodge.
But why add the rando block in there?
Don't know. Well, can't win. Well, look, let's hope that you get a fat winnings roll, and then everything will be fine, won't it?
Yeah, no fat winnings roll for me. And shit star player points as well.
Well, no, Karen's is nearly leveling. That's not terrible.
It was more likely to work than not. If we'd have had tackle, it would have been much more fun, but it didn't.
Would have been 50% instead of 75, wouldn't
it?
Yeah. Nah, don't do that. You want the bull?
I do, but I also can't afford to keep playing with like 3, 4, 5 blockers. So.
Well, that was 5.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to play with not many blockers because the blockers are protecting.
You know your business. Stuff. Speaking of Helgen, where the bloody hell's Helgen gone? I haven't seen Helgen for ages.
Yeah.
Is he all right?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him for ages.
Anybody know Helgen?
You know.
Send him hugs. Maybe a message him on Discord.
Yeah. So it's quite a lean team value, isn't it? 1240 this lot.
Well, that's got its own benefits that you're potentially paying rookie teams.
Yeah.
A bit more luck.
832 is the record for this lot now.
832's okay, isn't it?